Today in environmental education we are going to study about economic growth and sustainable consumption. Here we are going to discuss following topics: meaning of economic growth, environmental impact of economic growth, along with economic growth and sustainable consumption. Now, economic growth, it is an increase in the production of economic goods and services compared from one period of time to another. Economic growth means an increase in real GDP, an increase in the value of national output, income, and expenditure. Essentially, the benefit of economic growth is higher living standards, higher real incomes, and the ability to devote more resources to areas like health, care, and education. Environmental impact of economic growth. The environmental impact of economic growth includes increased consumption of non-renewable resources, higher level of pollution, global warming, and the potential loss of environmental habitats. Economic growth caused by improved technology can enable higher output with less pollution. As we increase consumption, the opportunity cost implies a lower stock of non-renewable resources. Now, environmental impact is as follows. First is pollution. Increased consumption of fossil fuels can lead to immediate problems such as poor air quality, damage to nature, air, land or water pollution causes health problems and can damage the productivity of land and seas. Next is global warming and volatile weather. Global warming leads to rising sea patterns and could cause significant economic costs. Soil erosion, deforestation resulting from economic development damages soil and makes area more prone to drought. Next is loss of biodiversity. Economic growth leads to resource depletion and loss of biodiversity. Long-term toxins. Economic growth creates long-term waste and toxin which may have unknown consequences. For example, economic growth has led to increased use of plastic which when disposed of do not degrade. So there is an ever increasing stock of plastic in seas and environment which is significantly which is both unsightly also damaging to wildlife. Sustainable consumption. Sustainable consumption is the use of products and services in a way that minimizes the impact of the environment so that human needs can be met not only in the present but also for our future generation. When sustainable consumption is practiced, resources are used wisely and waste product and pollution are minimized. The main way this is achieved by doing more and better with less. In other words, we can find ways to meet our needs and desire without depleting our planet's finite natural resources. Sustainable development as well as sustainable consumption rely on certain premises such as wise use of resources, minimization of waste and pollution, and use of renewable resources within their capacity for renewable. Sustainable consumption of our natural resource is linked with sustainable development. Here we are having this picture representing sustainable development which is based on social equity, economic efficiency, environmental responsibility. For social equity, we have living condition, equal opportunity, social cohesion, international solidarity, maintenance of human capital. For economic efficiency, we have to focus on economic growth, efficiency and competitiveness, flexibility and stability, production or consumption, employment along with international trade. Third is environmental responsibility. Consumption of resources, material, waste products, risk, rate of change, natural and cultural landscape are the basic factors responsible for environmental responsibility.